With us today are Neil Hewitson, Sustainability Lead for IGH, so that's Infrastructure, Government and Healthcare, and Amy Taylor, who's a manager in Neil's team. So Neil, over to you first. So sustainability. Governments are so key in driving change, not just across businesses, but wider society. Two questions. Number one, why is that? And number two, what more can governments be doing?
Well, John, government has a unique role. It sets our sustainability ambition through the policies and regulatory frameworks that it puts in place. So government really has to lead by example on this. Do I think that they could do more? Yes, but I think context is important. The incentives, the pressures around sustainability are unique to the public sector. There's perhaps less competition than there is in the commercial world, fewer disclosure and reporting requirements, and critically, it can be difficult to change public services quickly, and therefore government can be less agile when it comes to transformation.
Fantastic, thank you, Neil. So, Amy, it can be difficult to make these changes, and no government, no one organisation can do this all on their own, can they? So maybe please tell us, why is partnerships so important in driving sustainability?
So partnerships are really important and fundamental, really. As you say, one organisation can't do it by itself, and particularly within the public sector, we have organisations with lots of interlinking priorities. So take, for example, in the NHS, all NHS bodies are required to develop a green plan which sets out their sustainability aims, their goals and their targets. As part of that, organisations are required to think about travel and transport, so how they're going to deliver reductions in carbon from travel and transport. So an NHS trust can't do that by itself. It needs help from other organisations, so local government, for example, transport providers. So partnerships are really important in bringing all of those voices and experiences together.
So, and in terms of bringing all of that together, I know you guys are incredibly busy, and Neil, I'll come back to you. Maybe could you just pinpoint just one standout client example that you'd like to share?
Yeah, for me, it's one where the clients have been genuinely collaborating to achieve better sustainable outcomes for service users and citizens. So, for example, I'm really proud of the work that Amy and I have done in convening local authorities and NHS bodies, bringing them together and supporting them to agree on common net zero ambitions. And for me, one of the key things I learned from that was equality is as important as sustainability. You know, this has to be a just transition. So by that I mean, when we were looking at the benefits of digital services, we could see fewer journeys, less emissions, that's good, but it needs to be taken against a perhaps adverse impact of equality of access, particularly for those that don't have reliable broadband or connected devices. So it can be quite a careful balancing act.
So with that balancing act in mind, do you have any key takeaways to share for business leaders? Yeah,
for me, sustainability cannot be a bolt-on. It's got to be a cornerstone of public services. So 3 takeaways from me. 1, public sector bodies need a sustainability strategy that's owned by the board. 2, sustainability has to be data-driven and it needs to be reported regularly. So good quality data and transparency are important. And thirdly and finally, use innovation, use technology to accelerate the pace of change.
Fantastic. Amy, over to you to close us out. Key takeaways, any last thoughts from you?
I think for me it's all about collaboration and bringing organisations together to really drive sustainable outcomes.
Amazing. Thank you both so much. Thank you.